Okay, I'm a little nervous. This is my first vlog. Okay, here we go. My name's Jess. I am 27 years old. I don't know why that matters, but this is my first vlog. I know this is a weird background, but things are just going up from here because this is, like I said, my first vlog. And this video is about how I went from these are going to be great outtakes. This video is basically going to be about how I went from being a diver to how I got to being a high diver. And it is quite a journey because high diving is not an easy sport. It's really similar to diving, but just double as high, and that makes it super insanely scary. So let's start with my diving career and how I got into diving. I started when I was 9 years old. I actually started as a swimmer and I saw the divers diving and I thought, man, that looks like a lot more fun than swimming laps. So pretty much instantly after I started swimming, I became a diver and I just fell in love with it. From the age of 9 years old, I dove in regular diving, so that's springboard and platform diving, until I was about 21, so all throughout university. And I actually was born in England, so when I was competing as a diver, I wasn't an American citizen, even though I was living in America. And so I couldn't do any of the international competitions or the USA diving competitions. So that actually brought my competition like the amount of competitions I could go to, it really brought the level down, and the just didn't really make me very competitive. Actually, I felt really competitive as a young child towards my siblings, but when it came to diving, I just really enjoyed it and I did it for fun. And yeah, so like I said, I dove all the way through university, and after university, I was a little bit clueless as to what I should do next. I went to Texas A&M and I got a degree in recreation park and tourism sciences. I didn't really know why I picked that degree. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I just thought the idea of being an event planner sounded really fun because I love events. So I was a little bit lost in university, didn't really know where my life was headed, just really enjoyed diving. And after, I decided I would pursue a diving show just for the summer to have a little fun and see where it took me. And actually it fulfilled my RPTS, Recreation Park and Tourism Sciences internship. Luckily, I don't know how, but I got to do both at once. So I dove in a diving show in upstate New York, and I went as just a regular diver. I did springboard and I did trampoline, and I did some choreography basically at a theme park. And that's where I decided, okay, yeah, I could do this for a little bit longer. I could do some performances and travel the world and meet people before I actually got a real job. So after that, I decided to go to China, and I signed up for 8 months in China, and eventually I ended up spending 2 years there, and that's where my life changed. That's where I started taking control of my diving career and really understanding that if I put my heart into it and believed in myself, that I could really make it take off from there. There was one day there was these local bridges, and we would all go out as a team and just play around. And one day, I think I learned 5 dives. What did I learn? I learned front arm stand 1.5 half, back arm stand 1.5, back double, back triple, flying front, all in one day. And after that day, my total mindset just shifted. It was man, I could really do this. I could actually be a RedBull cliff diver. And from that day, the ball started just rolling, and I started believing in myself, and I applied to compete in RedBull cliff diving, and I got accepted to compete at my very first RedBull cliff diving competition in 2017 in Portugal. And I only had 2 dives when I got invited. I had double half and I had a reverse somersault, and one of the organizers called me up and was like, hey Jess, can you come to the competition? Can you be prepared in time? So I was like, yeah, I'm working my butt off. I'm gonna make this happen. I will have 4 dives. So right after that, I learned 1.5 twisting double, and is that right? And I learned some easy dives like back double and reverse double. And I just was like so excited about going to this competition that I wanted to make an impression when I got there. So I worked so hard, and I learned a back triple before I got there.
More than twice the height of the Olympic highboard. Beautiful jump there, good extension. Watch the head here, 1. Then she'll count the water for the 2nd time, and she knows she needs to kick here, looking at the cliff. Now you need to start making adjustments, bending the body. So the arms are coming in a little bit too early. Very, very good job for her first ever competition.
After that very first competition, I actually decided to go work on a cruise ship, so I didn't get to do the whole season. But basically, that is the moment that I knew that I could like really pursue competitions in cliff diving. And I made a deal with myself, like after I got through the contract on the cruise ship, I would do that. And so that's my story. That's where I started from, and that's how I got to become a RedBull cliff diver. And this is my first vlog. I'm a little nervous. Whew, can you tell? Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. More to come, and only up from here, like I said.